Has something you found online sounded too good to be true? Stay tuned to learn a tarot spread that helped a woman figure out if the online course she wanted to take was legitimate. Hi everybody, I'm Sue Ellen Clayton. Welcome to my channel where we're learning how to read tarot one card at a time. In today's reading, we'll be using 4 cards to determine whether a woman should sign up for an online course. I will be using the Radiant Rider-Waite Tarot, and there is a link below. This question was posted anonymously online by someone who I will call Megan. Megan's question was, should I sign up for this online course? I'm worried that this is a scam and there won't be any communication after I pay. Megan drew 4 cards, one of which was from the bottom of the deck. She did not mention using a spread, however, I will be using the 3-card potential red flag spread to try and figure out if this school is a scam. Card number 1 identifies the obvious red flags that Megan should notice. Megan drew the Devil. Card number 2 looks at the subtler signs that indicate that this might be a scam. Megan drew the 3 of Cups reversed. Card number 3 looks at what actions Megan should take based on these observations. Megan drew the Ace of Swords reversed. And card number 4 was from the bottom of the deck. This card provides additional advice or clarification by looking at things that Megan was not aware of beyond what we saw in the first 3 cards. Megan drew Judgment. Let's begin by looking at my first impressions. The 2 outside cards are Major Arcana cards and both are upright. The 2 cards toward the center are Minor Arcana cards and they are both reversed. When the Devil appears in the red flag position, it's a big indicator that Megan was correct that the school is not legit. It's interesting that 3 of the cards have multiple people. This would make sense in that Megan is taking an online course, which is not a solitary endeavor. It's interesting that we only have 1 Swords card. Swords is about communication and thoughts, which I would think would figure prominently in a reading about a school. The other Minor Arcana card, Cups, is about emotions. Both are reversed. All of the images on the card have something in their hands. I'm not really sure what that signifies. We can see mountains in the background on the Ace of Swords and the Judgment card. I don't have anything too brilliant, so we'll look at each card individually. Card number 1 identifies the obvious red flags that Megan should notice, and Megan drew the Devil. First, let's start by looking at the background, which is pitch black. We can't see in the dark, and this represents things that are hidden from view. So I think this is a red flag that the online school is not what it claims to be. Black can also signify negativity, sadness, guilt, depression, and emptiness. Not exactly a place that I'd like to go for an education. The Devil can represent temptation, addiction, lust, and greed. It makes me think that the goal of the school is not education, it's manipulation. They want to lure people in so they can make money. The Devil's right hand is being held upward and shows that he mocks the truth. Unlike the Hierophant, whose figures are closed in a religious gesture, you can see all of the figures on the right hand. This position mocks the faith and spirit, or in this case, the school. It makes me think that, behind the scenes, the school staff are counting the suckers who fell for their ploy and signed up for a course. On the palm of the Devil's hand, we see a cross. This is also a trick to draw people in because they are thinking that they are worshiping a creature of faith. In this case, Megan and the other students think the school is legit. The Devil's left hand holds a torch that is facing downward. Rather than illuminating the world by holding it upward, the Devil's goal is to keep everyone in the dark. Overall, it's a pretty toxic environment. We see gray in the Devil's horns and wings. This signifies depression and unhappiness. The horns show that the Devil is uncivilized. The wings are from a vampire bat, which suck the blood out of their prey. This tells me that the school's goal isn't to educate, it's to use students for their money. Above the Devil's head is a downward-facing pentagram. When facing upward, a pentagram shows the human body with the heads, arms, and legs. Among other things, pentagrams offer protection from evil spirits. When the pentagram is facing downward, it shows that all positive energies are destroyed. The school does not care what their deception does to their students. The final thing to note is that the devil has talons for feet which are resting just above where the chains are secured. This represents that the devil acts like a bird of prey and is literally preying on its victims. There are a lot of red flags. At the very least, this would be a depressing and negative school that would destroy Megan's energy. Most likely, the school is deceiving the students and preying on them. If I were Megan, I'd probably stop here and look elsewhere. Card number 2 looks at the subtler signs that indicate that this might be a scam. Megan drew the Three of Cups reversed. In the upright position, I think that the Three of Cups would be a good omen for an online college, although I think it would be a bit of a party school. It would indicate people who have become friends, who get along well and are supporting each other, and who are celebrating success. In the reverse position, the Three of Cups is about being alone. I think this means that Megan doesn't get the support she needs from her fellow students, the teacher, or the school. My son has a graduate degree, and one of the selling points of his school, in addition to a full scholarship, was his lifelong help from the Career Center if he ever needed to look for a new job. And he's used that service a couple of times very successfully. So that's the kind of support that may have been promised but didn't really exist. The Three of Cups reversed can also be about breaking your trust. Like the devil, the school is preying on students because they want their money, but they have no interest in providing a quality education. They might also not be providing other things that they promise. For instance, they claim that they are accredited and the school can be used to help further Megan's career, yet they are not accredited despite the fact that that's what it says on their website. Here's a real-world example of an online, for-profit university that screwed over its students. The school was called Ashford University, and in 2022, a California judge ordered it to pay $22 million in penalties. Here's what they said, quote, Ashford made false promises to students about the value of an Ashford degree, leaving students with mounting debt, broken promises, and searching for a job. California Attorney General Rob Bonta said in a statement announcing the ruling, unquote. San Diego Superior Court Judge Eddie C. Sturgeon wrote in his ruling that the university gave students false or misleading information about career outcomes, cost and financial aid, pace of degree programs, and transfer credits in order to entice them to enroll at Ashford. He also said that testimony from former Ashford employees revealed a high-pressure admissions department whose North Star was enrollment numbers and a work environment permeated by fear, where closing the sale was prioritized above providing students with accurate information. Overall, the Three of Cups reverse could indicate anything from a lack of support to deliberately misleading Megan about what to expect from the course. Card number 3 looks at what actions Megan should take based on these observations. Megan drew the Ace of Swords reversed. In the upright position, the Ace of Swords shows that Spirit is giving you the gift of clear, logical thought. It's associated with mental sharpness, clear thinking, and taking bold, decisive action. This card would indicate that Megan is able to be objective. She could cut through any confusion or deception, identify claims from the school that were misleading, see the truth, and walk away without regret. Unfortunately, the Ace of Swords is in the reverse position. This indicates deception and the school is not being honest in their claims. This makes it tough for Megan to see the truth as she is being manipulated. This echoes the manipulation and deception that we saw in the first 2 cards. The reversed Ace of Swords advises Megan to be cautious and to have patience. She needs to thoroughly investigate the school before she makes any kind of decision. This position in the spread looks at what actions Megan should take. Her first goal is to seek the truth. She needs to do some serious research far beyond trusting what is on their website. Thankfully, we live in a world with lots of information. For instance, if the school says that their courses can be transferred to other schools, Megan should call other schools to verify that this is true. She can also check to see if the school accepts federal financial aid, which is only available to accredited institutions. The second thing Megan must do is be very cautious. She can't let herself be pressured or manipulated. She can't make a decision while she's on a Zoom call with a high-pressure admissions counselor also known as a salesperson, at the school and hand over her credit card number. She needs to take things slowly and think critically about what is happening. Finally, I think that Megan needs to see that manipulation is happening and view all of her research and encounters through that lens. She needs to recognize that the school's goal is to hide information and to confuse her. This is not the time to give the school the benefit of the doubt. You've made it this far in the video, and I wanted to stop and ask for a favor if you're not already a subscriber, and that is to please hit the subscribe button. It's free for you, and it will also help me to grow this channel. Plus, it means that you won't miss anything. Thanks so much, and if you're already a subscriber, I truly appreciate your ongoing support. Now let's get back to the video. Finally, we come to card number 4 from the bottom of the deck. This card provides additional advice or clarification by looking at things that Megan was not aware of beyond what we saw in the first 3 cards. Megan drew Judgment. Judgment is a card about awakening and personal transformation. It is a time for Megan to evaluate what she wants in life, to gain a fresh start, and to get rid of old ideas and beliefs that are no longer serving her. At the top of the card, we see the Archangel Gabriel. In the Bible, Gabriel blew his trumpet to announce Judgment Day. His red wings are so expansive that they go beyond the borders of the card, which represents that there is no limit to his protection and power. He is blowing a trumpet that is used to bring the dead back to life. The white flag with the red cross can represent victory over death or being at a crossroads. The 6 people rising out of the open coffins are naked and gray in color. The nakedness shows that nothing is hidden. The gray color shows neutrality and signifies that there is no difference between them. They will all be judged in the same way. The snow-covered mountains on the background show obstacles. I think one thing that Megan wasn't aware of was how many people were manipulated. I feel like this card shows other students who have been scammed by the school. They were enticed by false promises, and the truth was obscured by the clouds above them. I feel like they had some kind of celebrity spokesperson vouching for the school that made students want to sign up. A good example would be Trump University. It started as an online school in 2005. People were lured in by the success of Donald Trump on The Apprentice. The in-person seminars, which I can't tell if were free or cost $1,495, were aimed at people who wanted to have successful real estate careers. These seminars didn't provide any education, but tried to upsell students into packages that cost between $10,000 and $35,000. Staff members were instructed to target vulnerable people for sales, with a clear effort to identify targets such as single mothers and the elderly. And while Trump claimed that the instructors were terrific and successful and the best of the best, in sworn testimony, Trump said he did not know any of them. His statements in the promotional videos seem to have been a sales tactic used to lure people into shelling out thousands of dollars. In 2018, Trump University lost a lawsuit and was convicted of using false advertising and high-pressure sales techniques to lure students into their programs. That's what I think could have happened to Megan. Judgment shows people were trusting and taken in by the promises made by the school. Now we have a group of people who have awakened to the truth that they have been scammed. Judgment is also a card about accountability. I'm hoping that the group will band together and create some kind of a lawsuit against the school so that they are accountable to their actions. The fact that the people are naked makes me wonder if the school took everything from them, literally the clothes off their back. Judgment also signifies new beginnings. I'm hoping that this card encourages Megan to look for another way forward. She clearly wants to better herself, but this school is not going to get her there. Let's summarize. This reading answered Megan's question about whether she should sign up for an online course, which she suspected was a scam. Megan was correct, and I don't recommend that she sign up for the course. Card number 1, the Devil, identified the obvious red flags that Megan should notice. It appears that the school is deceiving the students and preying on them. It also appears that the school would have a very depressing, toxic environment. Card number 2, the 3 of Cups reversed, looked at the subtler signs that indicate that this might be a scam. This card also warns of deception that could range from a lack of support to deliberately misleading Megan about what to expect from the course. Card number 3, the Ace of Swords reversed, looks at what actions Megan should take based on these observations. Megan needs to do some serious research and verify that what is said on their website is actually true. Megan also needs to avoid being prey to their high-pressure sales tactics and to be very skeptical of their claims. Card number 4, Judgment, is from the bottom of the deck and looks at things that Megan is not aware of beyond what we saw in the first 3 cards. Megan didn't realize that the celebrity spokesperson was making untrue claims and that she would be subject to high-pressure sales tactics. I hope that this video gave you some ideas that you can apply to your tarot practice. Please leave a comment if you'd like to share what you learned. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.